Here we go. Let's try again. This time, hopefully, it works. But no promise. No promise on it work. Like right now, I cannot see the old stream video, and I cannot see the new one. I cannot see either. Make me very unhappy. Wow, I had a lot of things open running in the background. Let's try again. There we go. We are live, and the game is working this time. Yes! Hey, I saw you were in the other stream for like the 2 seconds it was open, and I'm doing alright. How are you, my dude? I wish, that I could see the comments on screen, but like, fucking life doesn't like to do things correctly for me most of the times. So, I have to look at it on my phone. Remember what the hell I was doing. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to do stuff for people. That one was real hard. This one I was gonna do. Mortimer Goswick? Oh god, it looks like he's about to die.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Well, where do I get water? I answered the door.
I cannot enter.
Dr. Swansea asked me to collect you, Dr. Reed.
Yes,
yeah,
Miss
I'm
Green.
here.
How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too
VampYr
long,
with a Y
Doctor.
and no E.
With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce
My
for
first
months
gameplay,
now.
I had lowercase.
I may have a solution.
I did put
In
it
France,
lowercase,
during the
but it's
war,
supposed to be
drugs
capitalized.
shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
I think.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom. Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Oh.
Yes,
See if I
Doctor?
can't talk to you about stuff now. Don't you
Why
have a
do
rest?
you always work the nights? Don't you ever sleep?
At the Pembroke, we're always hands on deck.
Lack of
Lack
sleep.
of sleep and the medical profession always ends in disaster. I've witnessed many a colleague succumb to stimulants to fight exhaustion. Drugs were as deadly as bullets in the trenches.
London's trenches start here at Pembroke Hospital. We are on the front line, make no mistake.
Your dedication to the Pembroke does you credit, Nurse Crane, but when do you sleep?
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doctor. Nursing is a vocation, not the labor of a journeyman.
He's about to go all Breaking Bad with some household items to make antiseptics. Yes. Yes, he is.
Exactly how bad is the supply situation here at Pembroke?
It's gonna
It
get
really
Breaking
depends.
Bad quick.
Dr. Swansea deftly works his society contacts for monies, but with the quarantine...
Monies.
Well, we're in
For the
God's
monies.
hands.
Please, could you point me in the direction of the morgue again?
It's the Lord...
That's all.
Alright.
It's locked.
Doop 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 boop doop 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 doo 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 doo. I saw my hair up close there for a sec. I guess I'll call him Walter White. I forget how to run. There's a way to run, and I don't remember. Ah, circle. Yes. Alright.
It's locked, all right.
Not now.
Okay, Dr. Swansea, thank you. Not now! Doop 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 doop. Thelma, Thomas. Dorothy, Pippa.
I cannot enter.
The door is locked. Doop doop doop. Oh. Doop 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 doopity doop. Oh. Oh, here it is. The thing that she was talking about. Is there anything else of interest back here before I go in there though? Oh, this is where the whole the fucking garden area was. I remember. Yes, why do I have to have a cutscene for unlocking a door? Oh man, this loading screen is like, there we go. I was like, it's gonna be the death of me. It's taking like 5 ever. Alright, I gotta remember how the combat works in this game because I feel like I'm gonna have some combat. Oh, there's the thing. Glass vial. There's blood down there. Below us. I guess. It was sealed off for sanitation reasons, huh? Oh shit, no, I shouldn't have done that. Fuck. Damn it, I'm a damn dumb dingus, damn it. It had a little, like, loading screen symbol for opening the door. Why'd I have to go through a loading screen just to go into a building? Huh. Any other building? I don't need a loading screen for it. This one's different. This one I need a loading screen. And it takes about a year because I'm a damn dummy. And it's gonna take another year because I have to go back in. Yeah, there it is. Here we go. Ooh. And it sticks there for a while. If a district's health status drops below the critical threshold, it will plunge into chaos. Citizens will be reported missing, their quests will be lost, and dangerous creatures will start to roam the streets. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. That's what I like about you. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Damn it. I activated my blood shield. Whoops.
It's locked.
Door is locked. Nothing. Oh, hey, look, there's something. Some shillings. That's all I'm talking about, my dude. I like me some shillings. If you know what I mean. It sounds like there's stuff in this building. Like things, because I hear like screeching. I don't like the screeching. Don't like it none too kindly. Sarcastically. I love loading screen. Yes. Facts. I've already been in here, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, damn it. No, I just used another ability. Clicking shit. Yeah, there's things in here. There's all kinds of screeching going on in here. I forget how to sneak attack. Ah, there we go. Gotcha.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Oh, what's on you? Bullet and shotgun shells? Oh. Cigarette case. Glass vial, coin time.
I cannot enter.
I cannot enter. Some quality shillings. Okay. Yes, I guess some high quality shillings. More shillings. Oh. I cannot enter. Bottle of alcohol.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Morgue to the key to the underground, to the key to the morgue, the key. Uh-oh. Looks like I need to bite some more people, my dude. I used up some blood.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
What's upstairs? Is it all locked? I'm assuming so, but this guy's up here. Blood sample. I got a blood sample, my dude. That's what I've always wanted. It's a blood sample. Thanks. Oh, that was scary. We don't need no jump scares, okay? We don't need no jumping scares. Oh. A rogue skull.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Bullet. Shotgun shells. We don't need no education. Ah, bum 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 bum. Now that you've got the blood sample, get the urine sample, then the fecal sample. I don't need all that. Just the blood sample is fine. Yummy, yummy in my tummy, tummy. Uh-oh. What are you doing? What are you doing, my guy? Down there throwing a little hissy fit, are we? Alright, you keep doing whatever you're doing. Shillings. Alright, hold on. I hate leaning forward so much that I have to be able to read what you're saying. I gotta be able to try to put it on my knee. There we go. Alright. Alrighty. Here we go. Now I can read what you're saying more conveniently. Oh, shit. I just wasted that. Gotta learn what buttons do. Blood absorb. You just acquired a new type of off weapon. Equip it and press triangle to directly absorb blood. Oh,
It's
that's
locked,
handy.
all right.
Corcoran, Tippett, and Nurse Brannigan examined this guy.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? A puncture over the left lung. Possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Oof.
Tippett has made an egregious error. Tippett has made...
Okay, alright. Yes, we get it. He made a grievous error.
It's
I kept
locked.
looping. I kept looping through the pooping. Bitey. That's how we do it here. Oh, one more. Aw. Slice. Vampire claw, my dude. I love that attack. It's so strong. Murdered blood of King Arthur. Yay! Tippett has made an egregious error. Yeah, he said that a couple of times because I'm a ding it dingus. Ooh, yeah, yes, this is way better than NCIS. Thank you. All right, anyone in here? No, maybe. Yes, no, maybe so. I don't know. Give it. Oh, there is someone in here. Oh, why am I Oh, John Doe. Really? That's your name? Oh God. Huh, huh. name is really John Doe. How generic. Oh. Nom 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 nom. Gotcha.
These skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Dr. Reed. You can do it. You don't need to drink no blood. We got this. You don't need no drink no blood. We can level up by defeating normal people. We don't need to level up through mass murder. We can overcome this desire of ours.
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Watch your shit. Whoosh! I can zappy up to any part that I want, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a vampire. A vampire. A VampYr. There's a little crafting table just for moi. I guess that's what I'm supposed to do, is craft it right now. Craft the treatment for fatigue. Crafting, you have enough components to craft treatment for fatigue. Analyze. Treatment for pneumonia, bronchitis, for the cold, for fatigue, anemia, sepsis, light regeneration serum. So it's not like I can make it and just keep giving it. I have a quantity I can only use. Bring the medicine to Dorothy Crane. Ooh, I heard that creak. I don't like that creak. That creak was no bueno. Wait. Oh shit, where did you come from? Gimme your blood. More blood, please. Thank you. Alright, I'll take that, and we're gonna go now. Oh god, why are there more up here now? Where did all these guys come from? Nom 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 nom. Whoosh! Whoosh! Boom! Wait, was this room unlocked before? No, I think it was. Where did that dead guy just come from that I looted? Or maybe it wasn't. And they unlocked it through brute force. Alright, let's go through the loading screen door. No, I do not need to drink the blood. I do not need to drink the blood. It's no needed. I will not drink the blood of the people. I will just feed on rats and thugs. Ugh, I choked. Rats and thugs. All I need in my life are rats and drugs. Or rats and drugs. Rats and thugs. I don't need no. Oh shit. I don't need no human's blood. I'm no savage. I'm no Randy Savage, my dude. But I am, to look for citizens. Am I looking for Dorothy? Yes, I'm looking for Dorothy, but I'm gonna go to Tippett's first. I need to find Tippett's. Ackard, Beatrice, Thomas, Goswell, Dorothy. Unknown. Who's the unknown? There's an unknown guy out here. I kind of want to know who the unknown guy is real quick, because I'm pretty sure I talked to everybody on the first day. So who is unknownsy out here? Yeah, I can talk to you, it says. So why can't I not talk to you? This is unknown. But the regular patients that are lying in the bed that I'm not supposed to be concerned about don't have this. Doop 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 doop. I need to.
It's locked, all right.
Investigate.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Diseases. Diseases decrease blood quality of a citizen. Use the correct medicine to heal them. Speak to the patient in the room behind Dorothy to check his medical status. Yes, yes.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Good evening, sir.
Talk to Edgar Swansea.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Press R1 to check the medical status. Healing a citizen will increase his blood quality, reward you XP, the health status of district.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You're in a hospital, it's not a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And
Yeah,
you
that's
have
what I
my
just said.
Gratitude for that.
The fuck?
But in the circumstances,
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful, I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir.
A whole 35 XP.
Dr. Reed, may I help you?
Well, Dr. Swansea certainly has confidence in your abilities. Are you in charge of the nursing staff?
Not in an official capacity, but the Pembroke doesn't always work above board, so to speak.
How is work?
How is the duty roster organized?
Everybody works until they can't. If there's time, they'll eat a meal and shed a silent tear.
Damn. What about medical protocols?
What about medical protocols?
Dr. Reed, we don't have the money and resources here at the Pembroke like they do in the West End. We do what we can.
For how long have you been working here, Nurse Crane?
I first volunteered at the Pembroke in 1911, a few months after Dr. Swansea was appointed.
And before you arrived here?
If you must know, this was my first job.
Damn. My first job was Taco Bell. Her first job is here.
What can you tell me about our patients here at Pembroke?
This hospital was founded to help the East End poor and needy. But since the war and the quarantine, we've had all manner of folk.
Can you be more specific?
Well, veterans, the elderly, dock workers. We even have a few mental patients. If there's space, we take them.
What can you tell me about the epidemic, Nurse Crane? I've been out of touch since I've come back to England.
Everyday folk don't know how bad it is. The papers certainly won't tell them. Not as long as the war is raging on, anyway.
News on the front stated that the Spanish flu was under control, at least in Britain.
It seemed to be for a while, but that was only last summer. It returned with a vengeance just over a month ago.
Damn.
I'll see you later, Nurse Crane.
I don't ever learn anything about her. Like, I've tried to level her up, but like, I don't ever learn shit. Where is Tippets?
I will not let you down, my boy.
Dorothy. Strickland. What? Blood Temptation. No. No. Stupid game. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, there's Tippets. Come here, you Tippet bastard.
Good evening, Dr. Tippets.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Look, she's stuck. There we go. Nope, she's stuck. Yeah, she's hella stuck.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
Who was he?
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks. Maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippets.
I also want to talk to the nurse with the B name. If she's usually out here somewhere. The older lady. Brannigan, yes. This the one. She likes that
Good
guy.
evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Yeah,
Tell
there
me
you go.
what Dr. Tippets did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippets would have been fired from this hospital.
I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think
Come on,
we can afford
drink
to
some
lose a
bloody
brilliant
temptations.
practitioner like Dr. Tippett's in our situation?
Do I strictly follow the protocol, be heartfelt, or, you know, that was risky? Like, I get it, but that was still dumb. So there's like lenient, strict, and like in the middle.
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett's is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
I hope you're right. This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr. Tippett's must regain his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you and me. He doesn't need to know you found out.
I fucked something up.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need us.
Hint lost. Fucking damn it. I was supposed to just speak to Brannigan first, then the doctor, but I spoke to Dr. Brannigan. Fuck, damn it. Ugh. Man, I didn't know that. I hate that shit. She doesn't end up banging Dr. Tippett. None of what just happened would have been worth it. Okay.
We are overwhelmed by this horrid...
Good evening.
I lost one of those hints forever.
Goodbye, Doc.
Because I did it in the wrong order, apparently. Damn it.
Pain. It's there again.
What are you still doing here?
It's locked.
Investigate citizens' actions? Why do I have to investigate what he's doing? Wait, is he about to go tattle on himself? What is that?
It's locked, all right.
What are you doing? So Why am I observing his actions?
It's locked.
So, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to be watching him for some reason, but I don't get why. Whatever.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
I'm a living paradox. So, I can be like thankful, rude, or joking.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Whatever. Rakesh Chadana. Warning letter. Must pour you my deepest reservation concerning. Dr. Ackroyd. So many letters. Alright.
Do you need something?
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe, was he a vampire?
He was a Skull, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire, others something else.
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Skull?
A Skull is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
How do Skulls come into existence?
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
Since I'm the one working for you, what should I know about Pembroke Hospital?
Well, for many years, we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as provide health care.
What do you expect of me?
What we need is hope. You were a soldier. This is a war. This white coat's still a uniform. We fight to help the poor, the sick of the East End, the forgotten.
Where do we stand today?
Oh, to be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis. The first wave of the Spanish flu last summer took us by surprise. We lack many of the basic necessities needed.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires, what could you tell me about my condition and how it came about?
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings, and the penny dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire. You feed, and blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
The sun. The morning following my transformation. Its rays burned me. There was pain, smoke, and my skin blackened.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
You mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
So I can never learn anything interesting.
We'll see each other again
from,
soon,
like
Edgar.
big NPCs like him and the other nurse. Never learn anything cool or interesting. Oh, boy. Go, go, go.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer of the
Oh, that's why this guy's here.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again.
We've met?
You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a vamp... The lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady
Oh yeah, that is
Ashbury.
her.
I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Should I hit on her, insult her, or make a joke about Swansea digging on her?
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, A vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
So you don't even know who it is, and I'm supposed to figure it out for you. That's what we're doing here.
The means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Is it true?
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My
Who is that again? I don't remember.
as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
So I can't meet this guy for some reason.
Is our little mystery closer to being solved?
I think of nothing else.
My situation is delicate, and it occupies all my thoughts. The blackmail must stop. I need assurance.
See if she won't talk to me until I figure this out. I see. Alright, Harriet something. Talk to Harriet. Where is Harriet? Is that Harriet? The one I haven't met yet? I think that's Harriet. I'm gonna go assume that's Harriet. Yeah, the door's open now, so that's Harriet. I was wondering why that wasn't open yet. Small bag of junk.
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of incompetent cunt slit a poor sod's vein.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
Oh.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
Why is she so mean?
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round. Miss Jones, greetings. How do we feel?
Again? Waking a poor old woman in her sleep? There isn't a poor life needs saving somewhere?
Now, I need to ask you a few simple questions.
Well, if you really must.
Why were
If
you
you
admitted?
could just tell me why you were admitted.
It's terrible, Doctor. What with a pain in my chest, coughing up blood, and I get awfully tired. Wouldn't be so bad if I hadn't lost my house and all.
I see.
No one comes to visit, you know. Not even my own flesh and blood.
Have you noticed any suspicious comings or goings?
It would be a great deal easier to make a list of things unsuspicious in this house of charlatans.
Come now, Miss Jones. Surely it's not that bad.
Have you no eyes? This hospital accepts all manner of souls, regardless of origin. The proper sick cannot heal. We're kept sickened by the refugees.
Oh,
Everyone here
whatever.
is very capable. I have not seen any instances of unprofessionalism.
I know, she's super bitter.
Thieves and murderers, the lot. People have gone missing here, you know. Poof, without a trace.
I'll come and visit you shortly. Good night, Miss Jones.
Find Nurse Pippa Hawkins, because that's the one that was sleeping around with
The
the black guy.
patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Pippa.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
Damn.
What can you... Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Crane, Brannigan. Damn it, I did not want to talk to you.
Goodbye. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Goodbye, nurse.
Epidemic.
Good evening.
Dr. Reed.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
I have no time for such triviality, my dear colleague. We're here to save lives.
Whatever.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Find Nurse Crane. Wait, is that guy I saved, the gangster guy? Clay Cox? Yeah, it is.
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed. Still working at night, I see. I like that.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. But as long as I'm treated all right, I'll be fine.
What's wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad, and dirty.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
What's wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
Oh my god.
Do you
I should
ever
have killed
think
this dude
about
right when I
that
saw him.
poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts. Boss had cut me good.
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favour.
Only the strongest survive, then? Survival at all costs. Is that all you think about?
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Fucking coward. I guess revenge gives you balls.
Yeah?
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
We can't escape the consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I could say for most folks.
And who are you, then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day, I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
Okay.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in the hospital?
Blackmail? That's not my style. Too risky. The black market, though. Now that's where the money is.
I just unlocked a new hint though, so what?
How long do you think...
Oh, no.
We can't...
I ain't.
And...
I'm the...
Do you... What? Only...
I'm the...
That what?
This...
What?
That...
I...
No.
What? But you...
What?
Do you... What? Only... Do you... That man...
What?
That what? I'll leave you.
Alright, Dorothy Crane. Oh, who's that? Press L3 to activate your senses. If a citizen is behaving suspiciously, their heart will emit a distinctive glow. By looking at the citizen, you'll unlock a special interactive. Look for Dorothy Crane.
I cannot enter.
Baby shark boo boo ba doo.
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats. Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend.
Oh.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Oswald Thatcher. We survived the war together. Oswald is nervous and quite fragile since we came back from the war.
Where was your friend the last time you saw him?
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose. So I couldn't go after him.
What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Oswald's best friend. We served in the same regiment, sir. We've taken care of each other since we came back from the front.
This is a dangerous part of town. What are you doing here?
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital. We both need help. Treatment, I mean. To get some sleep. Just need to feel better, sir.
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Find Dorothy in the area.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals, or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Ooh, I get to find something new about Dorothy now. Wait, wasn't she just here? Now she's gone? Oh, this is where the investigation is in the sewer for the guy. I think. Well, I mean... I already hear bad noises, man.
He's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him. This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
I hear him. Ooh. What are you stuck down there? Gotcha. Ow. Oh, what the fuck, you? I bounced off your head and fell all the way down. Like, what the hell is that? Well, somebody's dead body's over there. Can't get to that shit either. Let me just sneak attack you real quick. The Band of the Dragon.
I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable.
Careful, an endangered citizen might not survive the next night. Go check on him. There's a loading door, not gonna go through that. Nom 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 nom. Gotcha. Love essence?
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help you. Do you remember him?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
You rescued a citizen. You will return to his district the following night.
Are you
Yes.
I can't ask him any questions right now. Nah, man. I just wanted to, like... Alright, so I did the optional thingy. Now I'm gonna go do the main thingy. Sewer beast.
What sort of creature is this?
Looks like a werewolf. Nom 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 nom. Whoosh. Oh. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, not cool. Gotcha. Gotcha. Nom 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 nom. Ouch. That hurt. Oh. I like this fight. It's really fun. It looks like a werewolf. But it teleports around like me. So it's like probably some kind of demi-vampire. Nom, 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 nom. I think it's a werewolf though. It's just this game's form of a werewolf, which is cool. It's like my first ever werewolf fight. Cool. I didn't even know there were werewolves in this game. That's fucking awesome. Ow, ow. Bitch. Yeah, what the fuck were you?
Here's
I think
what's
I know.
left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway.
Damn. That was the dude who just like talked to Nurse Brannigan, I think. If you're sick, if you have no money, whoever you are, wherever you're from, come see Dorothea to get help. No tricks, no charges, no questions.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
I should feed on these rats, because I'm out of blood.
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Wait. I come from over here? Alright. Alright. So, I want to do the other side mission before I leave, but those dudes were really hard. Going to Whitechapel and we're gonna get married. Oh, it's a scowl. Since when do scowls roam the streets now?
Last warning, sir!
Oh, motherfucker. Oh, I totally hit you. What, bitch? Large knife.
This must be Clay Cox's knife. A fine blade. No wonder he wants it back.
Since when did I need to find Clay Cox's knife? I'm so confused. Alright, good night. I'll catch you later. Thanks for joining. Chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married.
Hey, Doc.
I have found a gift from your wife.
In that case, you'll be properly rewarded, Doc. Clay Cox is a man of his word.
I hope that won't make me an accomplice to your future crimes.
Who knows what I might do now I feel invincible again.
Damn.
I'll leave you for now.
Please, I feel sick. Get over here now. Hey, Doc.
What can you tell me about your marriage, Clay?
Marriage is the sweetest cage, they say. Well, I found myself locked in one with a wild animal.
You mean your wife keeps you on your toes?
No, I mean, we both have claws and we both love to bite.
Am I right to assume your wife's letter pissed you off, Clay?
I was so mad, I threw away the knife she got me when we got married.
Your wife gave you a knife as a wedding present.
That knife has always been my lucky charm. If I'd had it in my hand when I got stabbed on that pier, I'd not have been wounded.
A lucky charm? I never would have taken you as the superstitious type.
We all have our flaws, Doc. Mine's to have my weapon of choice for when the really dirty business comes around.
Now I need to heal him, and I could totally just eat him.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Is this supposed to be an hospital? A pigsty would smell better.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I'm gonna talk to Ackroyd about it.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
If you are going to lead this surgery, I'm trusting you to assume the consequences of your actions, whatever the result.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
Do you think Dr. Strickland has any chance of curing the Spanish flu by himself?
His wish to cure the sick is not driven by pride, but by an idealistic view about our mission here. Honestly, I don't know which is worse.
You consider him a good practitioner, yet you will not report his methods.
Strickland may be a rival, but I will not use dirty tricks or regulations to prove him wrong. We are doctors, not politicians.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later. Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
There we go.
Did you know Dr. Ackroyd never reported your experimental research, despite the fact he doesn't agree with it?
Really? I didn't suspect he knew about my work. I must confess I am surprised.
Perhaps he thinks you should realize for yourself the danger of what you're doing.
See how condescending he can be? My God, he can be so irritating.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Goodbye for now, Mr.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
It's locked.
How do I get over there?
Perhaps I should reconsider the offer for that cabin.
On the other side of this tent. There we go. Let's listen.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
I'll not talk to her first. I'll talk to him first.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes, it's true.
All right, then. This is the first time we've really shared information about your case. Shall we call this progress?
Call it what you want, Dr. Reed.
You can trust me. I won't report you to the authorities. My one and only concern is your health.
I guess I should thank you, then.
Can I help you in any way, Mr. Goswick?
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it after my death. But I suppose she doesn't have to read it now.
I see. And is this letter still near the place where you tried to take your own life?
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here. If you bring me back that letter, then perhaps we'll talk.
Oh.
I have to go now, sir.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Your son wished to die, Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime? Mortimer could be thrown in jail. I can't let that happen. I won't.
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs. Goswick. But don't you realize your silence significantly affects your son's case?
All my son needs is help and comprehension. Not judgment and punishment for what he may or may not have done.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. Good evening. I have to...
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
My sweet girl. Come now, we can handle this.
Simpletons, these nurses.
Damn. Savage. Oh, hey, look, there you are.
Have you found Oswald?
Not yet, sir. I need more information first.
All right. What do you want to know?
I did find him.
I have all the information.
He just didn't come out of the sewer yet. Because I didn't sleep yet. Well, my character didn't sleep yet. Gotcha.
It's locked, all right.
Hint about Ackroyd and now available. I'll be gone. I want you to know that I don't leave. That I don't leave because of you. I leave this world because of the crushing weight of the echo of my own heart when the low heavy sky weighs like a lid, aching on the light and all wide. Horizon's light is hid by a black day sadder than any night. It's as beautiful as it is painful. Mother, I can't suffer it anymore. I don't want you to try to convince me. For I would do it again if by any chance she managed to save me once. That's why he doesn't want her to know.
Mortimer Goswick does nothing to... hide his desire to die. I could give it to his mother, but doing so would betray his trust.
Do 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 baby shark boo boo do 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 baby shark do boo do 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 baby shark do 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 do.
Hey, Doc.
So how do I heal him? 'Cause I've got the fatigue. I got the fatigue curing this.
I'll leave you for now. You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
I'll leave you for now. What do you think of Dr. Tippett's opinion of your promotion, Waverly?
Tippett is a good practitioner. Maybe just a little too attached to his prestigious position at the Pembroke Hospital.
Really? That's exactly his diagnosis of you. A little too eager to get promoted? A little bit too proud?
He has the right to think so. But I deserve this promotion. And I don't consider it anything but well-earned.
Thank you for your time. Good evening, Doc. Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood all over
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
I've read your letter, Mortimer. You wrote about an unbearable feeling of despair while the world crumbles around you. Tell me more about it.
There's nothing more to say, really. It's hurtful, it's unbearable, and I don't ask anyone to understand what I feel.
Despair is a deadly poison. Pain is a precious tool. Positive, negative, or side. You're lucky to be alive.
The world is bleak, but maybe the pain we feel is the best compass for making it a better place.
How can we repair the world, Dr. Reed, when mankind is the biggest problem? Yes, the world will be a much better place when we're gone.
There's nothing. The world.
How?
I have to go now.
Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening.
Mortimer is extremely vague as to his motivations for committing suicide. Tell me more about what you know.
As you say, Mortimer had no reason to die. All he said to me was that he wanted to make the world a better place.
Why did your son feel so useless when facing the world?
I think it was more that he could only see the melancholy facets of life. He couldn't help but dwell on such things.
What do you think he meant by making the world a better place?
Mortimer has always been a sensitive soul. He wouldn't talk to anyone for months after his father passed. It's like he carries everyone's sadness with him.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
This is one of those choices where I don't know if I'm gonna make the right one.
Do you realize your son could try to kill himself again? He might succeed next time.
I think about it every minute. But I won't stop fighting for my son's future. That's how much I love him.
He is lucky to have you, or prepare for the worst.
You're right. Your son's death was not fatal. And unlike many on their own, he is lucky to have you by his side.
I can't give up on him. I just can't. I have conceded many times in my life, but giving up on my son is something I am incapable of.
I have read your son's suicide note. It was not an impulsive gesture, nor was it his first attempt.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before. But I never thought he would dare to punish me this much.
Punish you? Why?
I've known for a long time he was not happy with his life. But I always hoped he cared enough to avoid making me suffer like this.
Wow. So it's all about you.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Alright, I'm giving it to him.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick.
I'm okay.
Your mother won't let you down, Mortimer. Don't you share her hope for a better future?
No. I don't.
Won't you even try?
Do you want me to promise you I'll get better? Do you want me to tell her the same thing? I could, but it would not change anything.
I have retrieved your letter, Mr. Goswick. I can assure you that nobody read it but me.
Thank you. This is for you, then. For your help. And for your silence.
I think you should talk to your mother. It would be good for both of you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. I'll think about it. Now, please, let me be.
Damn, 100 shillings.
I have to go.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. Good evening, Doctor. Goodbye, Doctor. Good evening, Doctor.
Doctor.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett. Good evening,
Doctor.
You're no, you'd. Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Damn it! Why is this so difficult every time?
That is better. That is better. I will make it through one more night.
Oh my god, he shoots up drugs to keep himself going. Jeez.
Good evening, Doctor. I know you're taking drugs, Corcoran. Why take such a risk?
I need it to endure the long shifts. We have no idea how long the epidemic will last. We can't let it win.
For God's sake, what are you thinking? How can you be so irresponsible?
Irresponsible? I am devoted to my work. I am doing this for all the patients who need our help. I cannot abandon them.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Yeah, how do you think what's-her-face will like this? The one that admires you so much, huh? Yeah, this one.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Tell me, Nurse, did you know Dr. Tippett was addicted to medication?
I suspected this behavior for some time, but never dared to ask him about it. Until the day he confessed to me.
Why would he confess to you about his addiction, Nurse Brannigan?
Don't you know you doctors can't hide anything from a nurse? We're always there, even if you don't notice us.
Do you consider yourselves our confessors, Nurse Brannigan?
I wouldn't dare, Dr. Reed. But I'm intrigued. How did you discover Dr. Tippett's secret?
What can I say? I seem to have a knack for discovering secrets.
And for hiding them as well.
Do you approve of his addiction?
Of course I don't approve. But I understand he needs it to fight the exhaustion. Let's hope he'll stop injecting himself once the epidemic is over.
And what if he doesn't?
Then we'll have to convince him to stop. I believe he's still in control of his addiction, for now. But we must remain vigilant.
Oof.
Goodbye. Good evening, Doctor. Goodbye, Doctor.
This is no time for self-pity. It is the last thing I wish.
Alright. Here we go. I'm gonna try to do this one again, actually. Let's try to do this one again. I will be successful this time and not get fucked up. Alright, here we go. Fucking go time. Oh, you bitch. Nom, 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 nom. That was a lot easier. Than the first time around. Oh, I can go up here? What's up here? I hear a baby crying.
This thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Hideout unlocked. Oh my gosh.
I'd step back, sir. Step away, sir.
These guys are like level 16 and 17.
Back in the grave. Steady, boys. We've got one. Hide for this! It's on him! It's on him! I'll kill it! You're mine, vermin!
Gotcha. Ow. Gotcha. Wow, that was a lot easier. Now that I leveled up a bit. A lot easier. Oops.
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Crush the lead! It's mine! I'll take it!
Nom 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 nom.
Fuck, he's dead!
Gotcha.
It's locked. Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
So she just saw one do it, and so she just says that she is now.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must stop this nonsense, now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reed. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
I have made inquiries about the men who were tracking you, Miss Howcroft.
I did not expect a mortal to have this sort of courage. Speak, Doctor. Why are they hunting me down?
It was a misunderstanding. These hunters were in fact looking for a very different creature, but they mistakenly put their sights on you.
I knew it. I have become undone. Those hunters have discovered me, but they don't know what I'm capable of.
If you'll accept some advice from a petty mortal, I think you should assume a low profile and just quietly disappear into the shadows.
You are right. And you have served me well, mortal. Take this as a reward for your time. Perhaps I will allow you to drink deep of my blood. One day.
Thank you. I'll keep that proposition in mind. I'll leave you. Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd.
Choose what to do with Dow Strickland. Report it to Dr. Ackroyd.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you.
Goodbye. Thank you for your... Good evening, Dr.
And good evening.
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive, or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
Goodbye, Dr. It's locked. At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula. It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Letter to Dr. Swansea. Actual of the sanitary situation must form you of a recent case of professional misconduct. Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan has been found guilty of Brannigan.
It's locked.
Brannigan hint and Mortimer hint.
Circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
Your medical report says you're not affected by the Spanish flu. What do you think of that, Mortimer?
Does it make me happy? Not in the slightest. If it was up to me, I would have left this place long ago. I know I don't belong here.
And why do you think you don't belong here?
I know the staff have more important things to do than look after me. There's plenty of patients here who need their attention.
I have to go now, sir. But don't...
Doctor.
What the fuck?
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
According to the report I read, your unprofessional conduct put a patient in danger.
That's not true. I know when my patient's life is at risk, and I'm more competent than a lot of doctors that I know. Problem is, I'm a woman.
I don't see what your gender has to do with your abilities.
Yes, nurse. Because I'll never be a doctor, no matter what my skills. I could make a decision that could save a life, but oh no, that's unbecoming conduct.
Have you heard of Elizabeth Blackwell? She was the first woman listed on the UK Medical Register. Change is slow, but it will come. And you will always have my support.
To have the right to study shouldn't be determined by sex, skin, or wealth. That's all I'm saying.
Goodbye, nurse. Good.
Dr. Rick.
Nurse Brannigan has been recently accused of neglecting her professional duties. Tell me what you really think about it.
This kind of protest is nothing but elitist bullshit. I trust Nurse Brannigan with my life. She has what it takes to be a great doctor.
Do you really think she could be the next Elizabeth Blackwell?
Believe me, Dr. Reed, a time will come when skill and skill alone will determine who can be a physician and who cannot.
I lost out on this hint.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett. is despicable. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Nom, 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 nom.
More and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye. But the guards recruit more and more every year. When did you join the guard? 2 days ago. This is my first patrol. It's locked all right. Best turn around if I were you.
Gotcha.
I cannot enter.
Over there! There's one of them!
Nom, 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 nom. This is a lot easier. I just had to level up a little bit and it's fine.
Best turn around if I were you.
He's mine!
Shouldn't have done that.
Christ, he's dead! Die, vermin!
Gotcha. Nom, 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 nom.
It's locked, all right.
Boop, 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 doop, boop. At 4,000 XP to evolve with is not that much, honestly.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Oh, I didn't catch what happened.
It's locked.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
Free? You may soon find out that you have simply traded one set of shackles for another.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I've a future here.
Goodbye, young man.
Me? I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy. Will be proud of me.
I'm not... Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Goodbye, young...
Me? I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket and locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the Trap.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me. I'm not...
Goodbye.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
All right.
Good
How are
evening,
you?
miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again. The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
Oh yeah? I doubt that. I didn't even see this way to go.
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this. I cannot enter. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm a Harry, by the way.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world? Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Suffering in this world.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough, like... Well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
This place is awful, I agree. But does that not mean your situation can only improve?
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. But I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody, frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Would it ease tensions with your father if he got an honest job? Because he tried, you know.
I can't say. I'd be glad if he dropped his thuggish activities. But I'm not sure it would be enough.
Why is that?
Sometimes I suspect it's me, Dr. Reed. Or it's this life. It's like I can't find my place.
Goodbye, young man.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Right then. Show me what you have. Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now. People won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak, and there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye, Mr. You... What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow a pair.
What troubles him exactly?
But despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never wanted to come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I've known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Without making excuses for him, it's safe to say that despair can poison even the sanest mind.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
Goodbye for now. Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Sure.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So,
I'm not...
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Goodbye, young man.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
But this district has always been wretched. Don't let your guard down.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Science is our only hope.
Science and progress are our only hope against the monstrosity hidden behind this epidemic.
See, Doctor? Now you acknowledge the presence of evil within the city's walls. Now you start to admit the truth.
Damn it.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
God damn it.
I have heard enough.
The walls of your home will not protect you, for there is no protection against the devil.
What is this?
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Goodbye, miss.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
It's a disgrace. People are left to die alone. No one is properly informed of the risks.
These are bad times indeed. So much for the glorious British Empire.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
I'm convinced there is more at work here than a simple epidemic.
Really? To be honest, I could say the same. Some of the sick I saw or heard of. My God, what happened to them?
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? I know you want... Very well.
Something going on in this district.
Hello again, miss. Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Very well.
It's a leech! Kill it! I ought to step back! Oh, that's gonna be smart!
Oh, what the fuck? Alright everybody, I think that's all the time I got for this one today. I stayed on a little longer because this game doesn't save when you want it to. It auto-saves, so it's kind of perfect that I died, so we'll see where it pops me up. And like always, I will see you guys in the next adventure. Catch you later. Bye guys.